Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be doing a quick little haul on all of the school supplies that I got to go back to college this semester, and I am so excited to be back in school. I'm one of those weird people that loves school and loves being in school and loves taking tests and doing well in school. I wanted to make this video just because when I first went to college the first time, I went school supply shopping as I would if I was going to high school or middle school, and it's honestly so unnecessary. So this video is going to be kind of geared towards people who are just going to college, just to kind of give you a little idea of the things that you'll definitely need. Obviously, you might need more school supplies depending on what your classes and your teachers tell you, but these are just the bare minimum basics that I was able to get through college with the first go around. So if you would like to see what my essentials are for college, then just keep on watching. Okay, so my first essential is not really a school supply, but it is an essential for me personally, and it is a planner. This is my planner. This is just the Happy Planner. It's a 2016 through 2017 planner. Whenever I was in high school and middle school, obviously I used my planners just because they did that thing where you had to write down all your homework assignments and then you'd have to take it home and have your parents sign it just so that they know that your parents know that you had homework that night. But whenever I got into college, that is whenever I actually started using a planner kind of as a lifestyle planner, the way that I use it now. And a planner for me is just essential because it helps you to organize everything better. You can write down your classes, what times you have your classes, what times you have to go to work, or any other obligation that needs to be in the planner. It's a little bit easier for me anyway to be able to see everything, to see when I have to do this assignment or when this test is or how long I have to study for it and stuff like that. So I just feel like a planner is definitely something that you would benefit from. So my next essential is something pretty basic, and this is just a notebook. I always get the 5-star notebooks. I just think that their covers are durable, and these ones are actually a little different than how they were whenever I was first going to school, but the folders on the inside are a little bit more durable now. But I do like these notebooks because they also have the perforated pages in there, so if you ever have to turn anything in, you can just tear it out of your notebook. You don't have to go and buy a pack of paper for that. Whenever I went to college the first time, I got notebooks for every class. I got binders for every class, page protectors and all that kind of stuff, and it really was just so unnecessary, especially because in college your schedule is Monday, Wednesday, Friday classes, or Monday, Wednesday, and then Tuesday, Thursday classes. So every single day I was having to change out my binders, change out my books. So my second semester of college, I actually just went out and got one notebook and would use that one notebook for the entire semester for all my classes. And I'm only taking 2 classes this semester, so they didn't have a 2-subject notebook, so I just got a 3-subject notebook. The whole time that I used notebooks that way, I actually never finished an entire notebook, taking notes on every single page. So I feel like it is a good investment. You don't have to buy a whole bunch of binders. You don't have to buy a whole bunch of paper to put in the binders. You don't have to buy 5 separate notebooks, just one notebook, and it takes care of everything. These next essentials are also very basic. These are just pens and pencils. I am the type of person that likes to take notes in pencil, but I like to actually turn in assignments in pen. And some teachers, they will only allow you to write in pen. Some teachers will only allow you to write in pencil. So it's a good idea just to have both. So I just got these Paper Mate ink joy gel pens, and they're just the black one. Then I got these pencils. They're just the Paper Mate mechanical pencils, and I always get these or the Bic ones just because I know that the erasers are really soft. I don't like hard erasers because I feel like they smudge your stuff, and I don't like that. Next essential is also kind of a basic, but I feel like it's an essential for more than one reason, and it is just highlighters. The first reason why they are an essential is because you can use them to mark in your books things that are important. When you go to college, you actually get to buy your books, so you can write in them and you can highlight in them. At the end of the year, they usually do a book buyback, and I find that whenever you highlight in your books instead of writing in your books, they're more likely to buy them back because they're still usable for the next person. But if you scribble all in your books and write all over your books and make it complicated for the other person to be able to know what's going on, they don't usually buy those back. So I feel like highlighters are actually a good alternative to actually writing in your book. And then they're also essential to me for my planner. Whenever I had like 5 and 6 classes that I was taking at one time, I would always have a different highlighter for every class, and I would make sure that anytime I had an assignment, I would write all my assignments down and then highlight for each class like the actual assignments. That way that whenever I was looking at the week, I could see what classes I needed to work on, when I had tests for certain classes, you know, because a lot of times I would be having multiple things due in one day for multiple classes, and so that just helped me, you know, kind of visualize everything that I needed to make sure that I was doing. It can also be beneficial for your notes. A lot of times whenever you're taking notes in college, teachers will tell you to make sure you write down everything, and a lot of times when you write down everything is not necessary. So if you are one of those people that does write down everything and doesn't like shorthand your notes, you can always go back later and highlight the most important things, and then you're not sitting there studying a bunch of notes that aren't important. So the next essential is just a calculator. Since I am going into early childhood education, I actually am going to be having to take a math class every single year, which kind of makes me sad because I don't like math. But I just got a basic scientific calculator for I'm gonna have to do things like sine, cosine, you know, doing all that extra stuff that you had to do in Algebra 2 for these classes. However, I just went out and made sure that I got a calculator that had those features just in case I did need them. These calculators are also the ones that you can use for like the SAT, the ACT, AP testing, and things like that, which is good because you don't want to, you know, get to a test day and then them tell you can't use that calculator. Whenever you're in college, sometimes the classrooms are bigger and sometimes the teachers really don't care, so you probably could use your phone as a calculator during class, but during test time that's obviously not an option, so it's always good just to make sure that you have a calculator on hand. And last but not least, this is not really an essential. I kind of just wanted to throw this in there because I think it's adorable. But this is the backpack that I got this year. It's functional for me, like I said, because whenever you're in college, you really aren't using as many supplies as you would in high school. So it just has like one big pocket and then the little pocket up in the front. Basically what I'll do is I'll just put like my notebook and my books in the big pocket, and then I'll throw like literally everything else in the smaller pocket up in the front. So I'll put my pencils in there, my pens in there, my calculator in there, you know, my keys, really just everything that I need fast access to. A backpack or something to carry your stuff around is kind of essential, just because on most college campuses, the classes, well, the campus is huge and then the classes are never like right next to each other. So having to carry around your stuff everywhere is like a pain in the butt. So that is it for my college essentials. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, you might have to buy more supplies depending on your classes, depending on your teachers, but these are things that I was able to make it through my entire 4 years of college with. The only thing that I ever had to constantly repurchase was my notebook for my 5 classes every semester, but you know, my pens, my pencils, the calculator, the highlighters, those just stayed in my backpack and I used them for all of eternity. I hope that was a little bit helpful to some of you guys who are going into college your first year. Like, it honestly is not, it saves you a lot of money shopping this way, like buying the basics, and then if you need more, going out and buying more instead of buying everything and then finding out that you don't really need it. So if you guys have any questions or comments, please leave those in the comment section below and I will make sure to answer them. And if you have any video ideas or suggestions, please leave those in the comment section as well. Thank you for watching. Good luck in school, and I hope to see you guys in my next video.